Despite Queen Wu's cast of experienced actors, the production was anything but smooth sailing. It turns out that both the cast and crew faced unexpected challenges as they were forced to film graphic and uncomfortable scenes to bring this drama to life. The hardships faced by the cast and crew of Queen Wu began long before the cameras started rolling. The drama's action-packed sequences required not only careful planning, but also technical expertise to make these scenes both visually compelling and believable. The complexity of the stunts, fight choreography, and set design were demanding for everyone involved. The drama centers around Queen Wu, played by Jeon Jong-seo, who finds herself at the center of a big power struggle. Surrounded by rival princes and 5 ambitious tribes, she has only 24 hours to secure the throne. This unique premise, where the entire story unfolds within just one day, adds layers of tension to the drama. The time constraint not only created a fast pace for the characters, but also posed significant challenges for the production team, who had to make sure that this sense of urgency was conveyed to the audience. The director, Jung Se-kyo, acknowledged the pressure of maintaining such a fast-paced narrative. Every scene had to be carefully crafted to keep up the momentum, making the role of the editing team crucial. Se-kyo shared that the editing process was particularly labor-intensive, as they needed to ensure the transitions between action scenes flowed seamlessly without disrupting the overall pacing. One of the most striking aspects of Queen Wu is how the visuals and sound differ with each conflict, something that might stand out to observant viewers. This variation was a deliberate choice by the director. Se-kyo wanted each of the 5 tribes to have its own distinct identity, not only in terms of their fighting style, but also in how they were presented on screen. Now that we're on the topic of representation, did you know the drama draws its inspiration from the life of the historical Queen Wu, a figure who lived centuries ago? While much of Queen Wu's life remains a big mystery, her legacy survived through fragments of historical records. However, due to the few detailed accounts of her life, recreating her story posed another serious challenge for the production team. Accurately depicting her life required a delicate balance between historical accuracy and creative interpretation. In a report released by OSIN, it was revealed that the story was fully inspired and based on the lives of these historical figures. To make the plot as authentic as possible, the production team received advice from historical experts who based their information on verifiable documents and records. These experts provided valuable insights, enabling the writers to craft a story that, while dramatized, stays as close as possible to the known facts surrounding Queen Wu's era. Of course, the visuals of the show had to be approached differently, since there's no footage of what that era looked like. A show official explained that they purely used their imagination to create the drama, hoping that the visuals would match the vibe of that period. Taking this approach wasn't without problems, since fans immediately took to the internet to criticize the costumes used in the show. The minute TVing released the trailer, viewers went on to voice their dissatisfaction. They argued that the costumes used in the drama appear to be more influenced by traditional Chinese styles rather than the Korean hanbok, which would be more fitting for the historical context. Additionally, some have pointed out that certain props, such as the hat worn by Kim Moo-yeol's character Yul Paso, bear a striking resemblance to those commonly seen in Chinese period dramas. Things got so out of hand that the production team had to release a statement explaining how they went about creating the drama, revealing that achieving historical accuracy was nearly impossible due to the little information there is about that era. Now that we're on the topic of history, the director was actually deeply inspired to create this drama after reading about the history of Queen Wu. According to old records, Queen Wu wasn't just an innocent woman confined to the palace, but a woman of action who actively shaped her future by making bold decisions. Explaining his vision for the show, the director said, "I was fascinated by the idea of a queen who wasn't just a passive figure. I wanted to create a character who took charge of her destiny, choosing the king herself and securing her power. The burden of portraying this queen as realistically as possible fell on actress Jong-seo, who had a big task ahead of her since this was her very first historical drama." Recalling the moment she first thought about joining the project, she said, "My late father read the script and strongly encouraged me to take on the role. During the first shoot, I spoke in my usual slow and relaxed manner, but I was shocked when I saw the final product." By this, Jong-seo meant that she realized her usual approach to acting wouldn't work for this drama, so she had to switch it up a little. Her biggest struggle point was her speech, which was way too modern for a historical drama. She admitted that she initially struggled to find the right speaking style for this role. Just being herself didn't work out, as it sounded like she was speaking a whole other language compared to the rest of the cast. After seeking advice from experienced colleagues, she discovered a way to blend her natural style with the historical context. Although it was initially frustrating to strike a balance, Jong-seo managed to nail it in the end. Knowing Jong-seo would probably do a great job as the lead, fans eagerly tuned into the drama, expecting a female-centered historical epic, but instead were confronted with a series of surprisingly graphic bed scenes, which stirred up quite a bit of controversy. Viewers were left stunned as the first 4 episodes contained these controversial scenes, with only the 3rd episode being an exception. These unexpected moments created a big contrast to the more reserved nature of traditional Korean historical dramas, which typically focus on politics, romance, and action without showing any skin or physical contact. One of the biggest reasons for the backlash surrounding the 2nd episode of Queen Woo was the inclusion of a sapphic skinship scene, which many viewers found highly controversial. The scene in question features Queen Woo-hee's sister, Woo-sun, played by Yumi, and the shaman Sabi, played by Oh Han-hee, in a graphic bed scene. Woo-sun, under the influence of a potion, mistakenly believes she has fallen in love with Go Nam-moo, played by Ji Chang-wook. In her disoriented state, she ends up engaging in an inappropriate encounter with Sabi. Lasting approximately 1 minute and 54 seconds, this scene took many viewers by surprise and quickly became a huge point of public criticism. In South Korea, queer relationships are still a sensitive and often stigmatized topic. While LGBTQ+ representation has slowly gained traction in certain aspects of Korean pop culture, such as films and independent media, mainstream dramas and television programs tend to shy away from directly addressing gay relationships and encounters, especially in such a vulgar manner. Netizens argued that the scene felt exploitative and unnecessary, accusing the production of using shock value to gain more attention. They believe it distracted viewers from the main essence of the drama, which was supposed to focus on historical events and female empowerment. Some viewers were particularly disturbed by the fact that Woo-sun's involvement in the scene was induced by a potion, which added an element of coercion that made this moment even more controversial than it already was. What shocked fans even more was the revelation that the actors involved, including lead actress Jung Yumi, were not entirely comfortable filming these scenes. During a press conference, Yumi candidly opened up about her experience, admitting that filming one of her bare scenes was far from pleasant. Elaborating on the experience, she said, "I felt pressured, but it was a scene that was essential for the story." She explained that this was the first time she was asked to film such a scene, which made the experience even more frightening, but she decided to go for it anyway. Yumi explained that she believed the scenes were crucial for powerfully portraying Woo-sun's character. Once she decided to include them, she dedicated a lot of time and energy to ensuring that they were executed perfectly, working closely with the production team. Her honesty highlighted the emotional and physical demands placed on actors during such moments, raising questions about the production's handling of these scenes. Luckily, it wasn't all that bad in the end, as she got a lot of help from the production team to get things right. One of the most talked about moments took place in the 2nd episode, where Hani's chest is fully exposed, a scene that left viewers with their mouths wide open. This level of exposure, particularly in a Korean historical drama, was unprecedented and sparked heated debates among fans and critics alike. While Western media often includes scenes like these as part of character development or narrative progression, this kind of content remains extremely rare in the conservative Korean entertainment industry, where even mild skinship scenes are typically handled with restraint. Yumi wasn't the only actor pushed beyond her comfort zone in Queen Woo. Chang-wook, who plays the role of the king, also had to navigate filming skinship scenes that were far more daring than what he's used to. Known for his performances in action-packed thrillers and romantic dramas, Chang-wook faced an entirely new challenge with this historical drama, as his character was involved in an unexpectedly graphic scene that left many viewers stunned. One of the most talked about moments occurs when Nam-moo returns from the battlefield, wounded both physically and emotionally. The king is treated for his injuries through an unconventional and provocative method by getting into bed with 3 different women at the same time. The scene, which lasts for an astonishing 3 minutes and 23 seconds, graphically shows Nam-moo getting physical with these women as a way to alleviate his pain. Korean fans had never seen Chang-wook in such a setting before, and to say they were shocked is an understatement. entertainment. While many Korean netizens have voiced their discomfort over the graphic nature of Queen Wu, the drama has garnered a much different reception from international audiences. Many overseas viewers have embraced the show's bold storytelling, even comparing it to fantasy shows such as Game of Thrones. The director shed light on the tremendous amount of effort that went into creating the first part of the show. He revealed that the production team revised the script about 90 times throughout 3.5 years. Those who are a fan of the drama should stay tuned because the director also shared he has a lot more in store, such as sequels and spin-offs that will be released once the show becomes a big success.